Okay, so we're back with another project. So the last one we did was this rain table, and what we found is that we needed irrigation in the garden, the vegetable garden. So that's a problem because we can't find oscillating sprinklers that actually last. Nor did we want to put anything in the ground that we'd have to bring back up before we tilled. So we came up with kind of a spectacular idea. And that idea starts with this little guy. So what that is that's a misting hurricane tornado nozzle. It's not both a hurricane and a tornado nozzle, but it's a tornado nozzle. It's made by Toro. You can buy them for actually, it's made by John Deere. But anyway, you can buy these for, I think they're like 20 cents a piece. And let me show you how we put that in play. So, in the garden, what we did was we came off of the rain table, came underneath the ground, underneath the border of the garden, and we brought a water line up and put a hose bib on it. Now, previously, we only had one of these ball valve timers, and we'll talk about those in a second. So there's a hose bib there, a ball valve timer, and then that hose goes over and connects to PVC, which you can see goes all the way around the garden, with the exception of the gates. There's a gate over there. There's actually PVC and nozzles behind the pole beans, but the pole beans are going house and have kind of taken over. So the idea is that we can water the garden with an apparatus that never has to come out. When we get ready to till, it's up and out of the way. It is automated, so we don't have to come out here and stand here with the hose and water it. And it provides what we perceive to be the perfect amount of water for seedlings and full-grown plants. So what we'll do is we'll go over here and manually turn it on, one of these, and so you can see what it does. Now first, let's talk about this. So we had a single hose bib on here and one timer. And so what had to happen was that this 1-inch line that we buried had to come and push through all this PVC, okay, all this PVC, all the way around and back up to here, which that's probably 45 misting heads, 45 nozzles. And we don't have a PSI issue. What we have is a flow and volume issue. What we should have done is used a bigger line, a 1-inch line instead of 1/2 inch. But we didn't feel like digging it all up again. So what we did was we cut this off. See that? So in that T, it used to drop straight down. It goes underneath the dirt, around this gate, and back up right there. And what we did was separate it into 2 zones. So we capped off zone 1, put an elbow on zone 2, and hooked up another hose, a Y connector, and another ball valve timer. Now, a word about timers and valves. The timers that you can buy at Lowe's, Home Depot, it's very difficult to find a valve with a ball shutoff in it. I prefer those. In my opinion, our opinion, the ball valve is nature's most perfect on and off switch for water. So these are battery operated mechanical ball valve timers. The interesting thing about these is if you want them to come on at 8 a.m., you have to set it at 8 a.m. Like you have to have the timer with you at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you have to flip the switch at that time. Then you wait 24 hours and it will come on by itself. Okay? So what we'll do is we'll turn this on manually, and I'll show you what this does. So here you'll hear the ball valve click on. You'll hear the lines charge. And this is what it looks like. You see that mist flying out of there? That's awesome, right? So I don't know what size these droplets are, but they're not very big. 10 minutes of this will soak it almost perfectly. You can see I got one there with something stuck in it. Flickering on and off. But that's how these things work. So you basically put the PVC up, then you drill a 10-30 seconds hole, then you tap it with a tap and die set, and these little guys screw into the pipe. So we put a little pipe dope on them, which is ready immediately for water pressure. We're running, I think at that hose bib, 60 psi, which is more than enough. These things are rated for 40 psi, so we were nervous about the nozzles blowing out of there. We built a test rig last fall, and that seemed to work out just fine. So that that's what it looks like. This whole project was about $100, I think. And like I said, now we have something that in the fall we can simply blow it out like we do the rest of the lines, and it can stay there all winter long. It never has to come out of the ground. It's not drip tape or drip line. We can till, we can plant, we can dig, we can do all that stuff because our irrigation system is above ground, and it puts the water exactly where we want it to be. And the ball valve works perfectly in shutting this water on and off immediately. And there you have it. So there are a couple low spots where it'll drain out, but all in all, that stops the water completely. So what we've got is 9 a.m. for this one, 10 a.m. for this one. They're both running for 10 minutes at a time, and that tends to work out pretty well for us. So let me just add a little something in how you service these things. We saw that we had one that was kind of sputtering.
That's what you do here. Just want to unscrew it, and as you can see the pipe dope on there. There's that, and there's something stuck in that one. So now we take our new one and find our pipe dope. It's right here. Really only need a really small amount.
This may not even be necessary, but we just wanted to seal them up. We want the water to go exactly where it's supposed to go.
Then you want to twist the threads around on there so the pipe dope is all the way in. And you want to push on it as you're turning, so that those threads can really lock in there.
Hand tight. That's all it takes.
Now if you want to stay over here, I will go turn it on. You can see it work.
See if we fix that one. So one of the things that happens is, as you're drilling and tapping this PVC, you get little tiny shavings in the pipe. And then as you put the nozzles in, those shavings try to make their way out. And the tiniest plastic splinter can make these guys, the little nozzles, look weird and not spray properly. So it's a good idea after you drill and tap all the holes to blow the line out before you put the nozzles in. And here it comes, and there it is. So we fixed that one, and all the rest of them are spraying pretty well. You see how that works, man. That puts water exactly where you want it, and if there's the slightest breeze, it blows it, hopefully in a favorable direction. So that's our new deal. It's cheap, it's easy, it's simple to repair and maintain. You can garden all year long with this system in place, and I really can't think of a better invention. Most of the things that you can buy, like I said, are a hindrance to the weekend gardener, because he's got to, pull up drip tape before he tills, and we till all the time. I mean, we'll till this. We're kind of lazy at picking weeds, so we'll actually till it. We plant things, we pull them out, then we till, we plant more things. So we can't abide by things that are buried in the ground. We have to pull out all the time. So this was our way of doing it. If you have any comments or questions, let us know. We'll be glad to get back to you. We hope you get some good ideas, and best of luck. Thanks for watching.